So, welcome to this 2014 Pacific Hurricane Season update video. And now it's time for my mid-season outlook. So, let's recap briefly about how the first 2 months of the season went. And I will say that it was extremely active, much more active than I ever, in my wildest dreams, anticipated, especially, like, the first month of the season. We had two major hurricanes within 4 weeks of the official start of the season. We had three named storms, including two major hurricanes. Amanda was 135 knots, and Christina was 130 knots. In late June, in May and June, the month had 5 storms. That would be the first time since 1992 that such an event happened. But now let's get on to the actual forecast before I get too off into a tangent. So, what should we expect for the rest of the season? Let's say we've got the positives. Well, we still have an El Nino, but I'm going to touch on that later. I've ranted in frustration about it. To be honest, conditions look, I'll get to it later. But we're probably going to see an El Nino. Not only that, wind shear is below normal. It was above normal briefly in April. The April forecast, I'd say it was below normal. But now, it's below normal. Vertical instability is somewhat above normal. It's been a little bit inconsistent, but more often than not, it has been above normal. It's me, yeah. So, what was else was I going to say? Alright, 3 minutes. So, let's start from here, but, yeah. The sea surface temperatures were very warm. However, you can tell there's a limit to the space that could hurt Ace a bit, because of this patch of cool waters around about below 25 C, around 130 degrees. And there's some slight, probably the only area of near slightly below average sea surface temperatures. In the tropical Pacific is around above 15 degrees north, between around 130 degrees to 140 degrees west. That is going to protect Hawaii from some of the west trackers from the season. So that is considered very, Hawaiians so consider this very, very, very good news. Because it means you're safe. At least from the velocities and delicias. So that's the negative factor. The other one is El Nino not being the super we were expecting. And there's a third we'll get to in a second. The El Nino being not as strong as originally anticipated, but it's still an El Nino. So it's still a positive factor. However, if this does become a joke, with some posters on AmericanWX.org, whatever, AmericanWX, whatever it's called, have been suggesting, though I don't fully agree with it, I think it will be traditional, at least till, I'd say, through the summer and early fall. After that, it's up in the air. But until then, as soon as, otherwise, I'd still consider it a positive factor. If the Madoki is still slight, positive factor, but not as much. Statistically neutral was tend to be more accurate than Generation El Nino. I think I did a study on that once earlier this year. I mean, yeah, a lot of things could bust. You asked me how active the season would be about 2 weeks ago. I was saying it'd be more active than what I'm indicating here today, and I'll reveal my numbers at a later time. So weird that you actually, it's like, for you guys seeing this actual video, it's like a black hole. So it's kind of weird for you guys. But maybe one day I'll actually show my actual face. Instead of showing the actual. But anyway, that's another time. There's another topic for discussion 6 minutes in. Alright. My numbers. What else do I have to say? Oh, never mind. So, the third negative factor is the weak MJR. It's been worse. It's worse than 2010, in my opinion. Where it was practically very fast and non-existent. This MJO has been really slow, but still hasn't exactly been that exists. So as MJO outbursts still have not been that frequent. So that's a negative factor. It really hasn't been that strong. Haven't had a strong MJO pulse. We were strongest. We had so many strong ones in March, April, and May. But the good news is that with the Southern Oscillation Index becoming negative, there's hope for more westerly wind bursts, more Kelvin waves, and as the Pacific warms, it can become more attracted to the MJO like it's not now. So, it's 7 minutes now. That is in storm tracks, it's going about as anticipated. We're starting to see a lot of more westerly launch factors, but I've already seen some very, very preliminary signals that in a few weeks we could see in late August, we could see the northwesterly track. I correctly anticipated that a few weeks ago, that we started seeing storms taking the fish route, being the southern cruiser, and southern clipper, and threatening passing to the Central Pacific, and well to the south of the Hawaiian island group. But now I'm starting to see some based on what I've seen from the model lines, I'm seeing some very, very, very preliminary signs that we could start to see in about 6 weeks from now some curves towards the Mexican mainland. So it is something to absolutely keep an eye on as time progresses, but for now we gotta worry about these fish shorts. A lot of these systems could be uninteresting, I understand that, but I will know that there's some potential next, like in late July, because the environment is going to become much more favorable, kind of like how magically favorable it was the first 3 weeks of the year, first month of the season, and how we were anticipating it would be months back. I've noted in the past that the moment that we need to start watching would be the late July, early August period. And so far, this could somewhat verify. So far, I've done an excellent job, and aside from not anticipating the early season activity, I could not be happier with how well I've forecasted this season in the long range. I mean, in April, I was thinking that we'd see an increase in activity. At the time, we did, for the most part. I mean, that MJO burst that we got, it was supposed to be in late June. It came a little later than I expected. And didn't have that 3 systems, but all the 3 systems were weak. But still, all in all, I'm proud of myself, and I did a decent job forecasting this MJO pulse. So, before I wrap this up, just take a couple more minutes. Yeah. Probably not the longest video yet, but I will. However, I will note there's some uncertainty with this El Nino. Especially given the past 3 years globally, how weird they've been, my confidence is low, and I'll admit that conditions like in May, even though there's more confidence in how the shear and the vertical instability would come out, the El Nino forecast confidence is unchanged. And with PDO now weakening a little bit, we still have characteristics of a positive PDO off the west coast of California, but I'm not going to be super aggressive forecasting over 20 storms, just because this is the high uncertainty and high bust rate, especially with the Eastern Pacific, given that we are probably still in an active period. So therefore, my forecast is I'm bringing it down 1 hurricane. We're the same forecast. I'm bringing it down 1 hurricane. 18 named storms, 7 hurricanes, and 5 major hurricanes. Pretty much we're forecasting average activity. Another thing I would like to point out, this is pretty reasonable based on comparisons to previous Nino seasons. About 15 Saturdays, I had 15 storms. Today, I think one of the TDs could have been a TS. But 2006 had 19, and 2009 had 20. So I went 18, good middle ground solution. 18.75. I'm signing off. Everyone have a good day. I might do another video like later this week, because I'm going to be on vacation from the 21st to the 28th. Just point it out. Wow. But this is it for now. Bye. Bye.